Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today we're going to talk about USA's plan to attack and destroy the moon. What would it be like to have a night sky without a moon? A day on Earth would only last 6 to 12 hours. There could be more than 1,000 days in 1 year. That's because the Earth's rotation slows down over the time, thanks to gravitational force. A moonless Earth would also change the size of ocean tides, making them about 1/3 as high as they are now. Before we look into more details, if you're watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. United States Air Force had a top secret plan developed in 1958. The aim of the project was to detonate a nuclear bomb on the moon, which would help in answering some of the mysteries in planetary astronomy and astrogeology. If the explosive device detonated on the surface, not in a lunar crater, the flash of explosive light would have been faintly visible to people on Earth with their naked eye, a show of force resulting in a possible boosting of domestic morale in the capabilities of the United States. A boost that was needed after the Soviet Union took an early lead in the space race and was also working on a similar project. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union took the lead in the space race with the launch of Sputnik 1 on 4th October 1957. Sputnik was the first artificial satellite in orbit around the Earth, and the surprise of its successful launch after 2 attempted failures of Project Vanguard of USA to launch its own satellite was the beginning of the space race. Trying to reclaim lost ground, the United States embarked on a series of new projects and studies. In 1949, the Armour Research Foundation, ARF, began studying the effects of nuclear explosions on the environment. These studies continued until 1962. In May 1958, ARF began covertly researching the potential consequences of nuclear explosions on the moon. The main objective of the program by the United States Air Force, which had initially proposed it, was to cause a nuclear explosion that would be visible from Earth. It was hoped that such a display would boost the morale of the American people. At the time of the project's conception, it was named Project A119. Also known as a study of lunar research flights. Newspapers were reporting a rumor that the Soviet Union was planning to detonate a hydrogen bomb on the moon. According to press reports, in late 1957, an anonymous source had informed the United States Secret Service agent that the Soviets planned to recall the anniversary of the October Revolution by causing a nuclear explosion on the moon to coincide with a lunar eclipse on 7th November. News reports of the rumored launch included mentions of targeting the dark side of the project, would also consider this boundary as the target for an explosion. It was also reported that a failure to hit the moon would likely result in the missile returning to Earth. Scientists initially considered using hydrogen bomb for the project, but the United States Air Force proposed this idea to the weight of such a device, as it would be too heavy to be propelled by the missile which would have been used. It was then decided to use a W-25 warhead, a small, lightweight warhead with relatively low 1.7 kiloton of yield. By contrast, the Little Boy bomb dropped on the Japanese city of Hiroshima in 1945 had a yield of 13 to 18 kilotons. The W-25 would be carried by a rocket towards the shadowed side of the moon, where it would detonate on impact. The dust cloud resulting from the explosion would be lit by the sun, therefore visible from Earth. The development of intercontinental ballistic missiles would have made such a launch feasible by 1959. The project was cancelled by the Air Force in January 1959, seemingly out of fear of negative public reactions and the risk to the population if anything went wrong with the launch. Another factor cited was the possible implications of the nuclear fallout for future lunar research projects and colonization. These type of facts really teaches us that we shouldn't rule out the possibility of current or future nutty space schemes. Who knows how the military might be involved in upcoming launches into the cosmos. If you like
click the like
video
button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today, in this video we are going to... Wait, have I been in this exact situation before? Have I spoken about the same content earlier? Also the same set of words? Why do I feel like this? If you've ever found yourself in a situation or place that feels also too familiar, as if you've been there before, you are likely experiencing deja vu. It can be a dream-like real feeling, especially if you know you've never been to that place in your life and it's incredibly common. Before we look into more details, if you are watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. Sometimes, as we experience a new event or place, we get that creepy feeling that it's not the first time. We call that sensation deja vu, a French phrase that means already seen. It can feel like your mind is playing tricks on you. But of course, when it comes to all things related to brain and brain function, it's far more complicated than that. But what is deja vu? And can science explain why it happens? Deja vu is a feeling that one has lived through the present situation before, although some interpret deja vu in a paranormal context. But mainstream scientific approaches reject the explanation of deja vu as precognition or prophecy. It's a deviation of memory, despite the strong sense of recollection. The time, place, and practical context of the previous experience are uncertain or believed to be impossible. People who travel more or watch more movies are more likely to experience deja vu than others. Furthermore, people also tend to experience deja vu more in fragile conditions or under high pressure, and research shows that the experience of deja vu also decreases with age. As much as 70% of the population reports having experienced some form of deja vu. A higher number of incidents occurs in people between 15 to 25 years old than in any other age group. Since deja vu occurs in individuals with or without medical condition, there is much speculation as to how and why this phenomenon happens. Several attribute deja vu to a simple fantasy or wish fulfillment, while some psychiatrists quote it to a mismatching in the brain that causes the brain to mistake the present from the past. Experts believe that it's related to a past life experience. Obviously, there is more investigation that needs to be done. While you might think of your eyes as pair with each eye being equal, most people have a dominant eye, which could contribute to feeling of deja vu. If that strong eye sends information to the subconscious before both eyes focus and register the input as a conscious experience, your brain will tell you, "I've seen that before," and you have, but it was just a nanosecond ago. There's no scientific evidence to back up this theory right now though. If you've been skimping on sleep and are having more experience of deja vu than is normal for you, your brain is likely telling you to get more shut eye. Stress, exhaustion, and traveling a lot can all trigger more frequent experiences of deja vu. It's not known why fatigue or stress might make you experience deja vu more often, but it's possible that the strain might make the brain more likely to misfire or make mistakes. Whatever the reason is for your experiences, it's usually total normal and you're going to be just fine. Deja vu is actually a good sign and seems to reflect the brain's ability to process memories at different levels and at different speeds. Ultimately, deja vu is further proof that the human brain is amazing. If a mismatch or a glitch can result in something so extraordinary, it's a true testament to just how remarkable it is. So the next time you experience deja vu, no matter how it may feel in the moment, embrace it for the fantastic glitch it is. Please mention in the below comment section about when did you last experience deja vu, or have you never ever experienced it? And if you like this video,
click the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today, it's time to take a look about science being a very powerful tool to help us understand the universe around us. So much so that there are some fundamental aspects of everything that is yet to be figured out. Today, in this video, we are going to look at 10 interesting unsolved science mysteries. Before we look into more details, if you are watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. So without further ado, here are some scientific mysteries that are yet to be solved. Mystery number 1. We are still not sure why we sleep. Despite many decades of research and many theories, science still can't explain exactly why we sleep. We do know more or less what happens while we are asleep, but the main reason for it is still unknown. There are plenty of other life forms that never actually sleep, such as jellyfish, bacteria, plants, and sponges. So why is it that the higher animals have to sleep to stay sane, fit, and healthy? It clearly has some evolutionary advantage, but we are yet to really explain why we do it. Mystery number 2. Somewhere out there is a ninth planet, but where? After Pluto lost its official title as the ninth planet of our solar system, our total cache of planets dropped to 8. But scientists have found evidence that there is a huge ninth planet out there somewhere, situated somewhere on the edge of the solar system. Astronomers are yet to discover its whereabouts, after NASA recruited thousands of new people to hunt for it. Some tantalizing evidence was uncovered back in 2017. This is a mystery that may be about to be solved. Mystery number 3. The Great Pyramid of Giza has a massive void underneath it. But why? Archaeologists have discovered evidence of massive void underneath the pyramid's northern face. There is also another cavity high up on its northern eastern edge, yet to be explored. It is suspected that these could be secret chambers that have eluded looters and archaeologists for millennia. It is now hoped to gain access to them and create some scans to figure out what they are very soon. Mystery number 4. What are fast radio bursts? Fast radio bursts are arguably the weirdest phenomena in the known universe. There are some of the most explosive signals ever detected by science from space. Scientists have trouble figuring out what exactly they are, to the point where some claim they could be from aliens. However, this mystery may soon be solved thanks to the exact location of one being pinpointed back in 2017. Mystery number 5. What is Tully monster? Officially called Tully monstrum, only one fossil of this 300 million year old creature has ever been discovered. It had fins like a cuttlefish, eye stalks like a crab, and an impressively creepy jaw on a stick, looking like something a madman had created from spare pieces of animals. Science is having trouble figuring out where it sits on the family tree of animals. Mystery number 6. There's a strange deep hole on Mars, but why? NASA's Mars orbiter recently discovered a strange surface feature on Mars over its south pole. They appear to be very large, hundreds of meters across, hole in the Martian surface. Did something punch through its surface? Or was there some enormous collapse in the region? Scientists are yet to offer a satisfactory explanation after further investigation. Mystery number 7. Where is everyone? Are we alone in the universe? One of the oddest, yet to be solved scientific mysteries is if we are all alone in the universe. According to Fermi paradox, the chance of there being other life-bearing planets out there are pretty good, but we are yet to hear a peep from anyone. Some have postulated that the laws of universe inevitability lead to the demise of life whenever or wherever it arises. If true, then life has started, flourished, and possibly reached sophisticated civilizations many times in the past, only to eventually be snuffed out. As scary as that sounds, it is unlikely to stop mankind from hunting for potential neighbors until our own eventually demise. Mystery number 8. Dark matter. In other words, the spider's web. Planets, stars, asteroids, and galaxies, the things that we can actually see, make up less than 5% of total universe. Scientists think another 25% is a strange substance called dark matter. We can't see it, we don't understand it, but we are pretty sure it's out there because everything moves to its gravitational tune. Scientists believe that dark matter acts like a spider's web, holding fast-moving galaxies together, and there's so much of this stuff that it bends the appearance of space. So that when astronomers observe distant galaxies, they often appear distorted. We have plenty of evidence that dark matter exists, but as for what it is, that remains a mystery. Some think dark matter is composed of an undiscovered particle or particles. Others believe it's an undiscovered property of gravity. Whatever the truth, dark matter is a real puzzle, and it's proved hugely tricky to pin down. Mystery number 9. Black holes. A constant staple of science fiction thrillers, black holes are violent, vastly destructive, and invisible. Black holes are regions of space in which the force of gravity is so powerful that everything around is drawn in. Not even light can escape, which is why we can't see any of this going on. Experts think there could be up to 100 million black holes in our galaxy alone, and these monsters can grow to become billions of times more massive than the Sun. What's more, at the center of most galaxies, including our own, lies a supermassive black hole. But we don't know what happens when objects pass through the center. They might become spaghettified, stretched apart into long string of matter. They could even be transported through a shortcut to a different part of our universe. Mystery number 10. The Big Crunch. The end of the world as we know it. All good things must come to an end, even the universe itself. But how? Well, there are lots of mind-blowing ideas out there. In the past, the deliciously named Big Crunch suggests a scenario in which the universe expansion, which has been going on since the Big Bang, tapers off and instead gives way to the force of gravity. As a result, everything, planets, galaxies, clusters, is drawn together into a single dense point of mass until everything is wiped out. Don't get too worried though, this is all billions of years away. So rest assured, even if we don't know how the universe ends, we know it's going to be a pretty big event. For centuries, human beings have looked up at the stars and contemplated the universe and our place in it. From the dawn of the time, we always wanted to explore and make sense of the world, and yet, so many mysteries still remain. One thing is for sure, the universe is so much stranger and more complex than we could ever have imagined. And if you like this video,
click the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today, we're going to talk about 15 unknown and interesting facts about North Korea. Many times we hear that people talk about being unhappy with their country's system and want to move to another country. Although, there are some countries in the world where life is not really easy. One of these countries is North Korea. In this video, we are going to show you some things about North Korea that will surprise you. Before we look into more details, if you are watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. Fact number 1. 7 days working in a week. Here in most countries of the world, people have to work 5 days or 6 days in a week. While in North Korea, people have to work 7 days in a week. These people work for 6 days a week in the offices, but on the 7th day, they also have to do 1 day volunteer work. Thus, their number of working days goes up to 7. Fact number 2. Presently, North Korea is in year 108. You will be surprised to know that the year 2020 is not running to North Korea at this time. In North Korea, the Jewish calendar is followed, which started in 1997. In North Korea, counting of years begin from the birth of Kim II Sung. Therefore, at this time, in North Korea, year 108 is running. Fact number 3. Government-controlled radio in every house. In every North Korean house, government-controlled radio is installed and citizens are not allowed to close it. Apart from this, public speakers has been installed on most of the roads so that propaganda can start anytime and citizens need to follow it. Fact number 4. Tourists are not allowed to bring mobile. In North Korea, no person has a right to take picture of the poor, especially to tourists. The North Korean government believes that the image of the country is blurred by capturing the photographs of the poor by the tourists. Therefore, tourists are not allowed to bring their mobile phones into North Korea. Their mobile is seized on the airport and given only at the time of the return. Apart from tourists are not allowed to interact with local people. They are constantly under the supervision of guides and they are not allowed to go alone or scrutinize in any area. Fact number 5. Tradition of punishing 3 generations. North Korea also enforces the law of 3-generation punishment on its citizens. According to this, if a person commits crimes, then his or her next 2 generations will also be affected. In other words, grandchild will be in prison for crimes made by his or her grandfather. As a result, in many incidents, 3 generations spend their lives in jail. Fact number 6. Not allowed any celebration on 8th and 17th of July. In North Korea, there is no permission to celebrate any kind of celebrations on 8th July and 17th July. Even a person cannot celebrate his birthday. The reason is that Kim Sang II and Kim Jong II had died on 8th July and 17th July respectively. Fact number 7. Recognition of only 3 TV channels. In North Korea, only 3 channels have been allowed on TV. Apart from this, there is no internet service in the country. Only VIP people have the privilege of running the internet, for which the country has its own operational system, whose name is Red Star. Apart from this, newspapers and magazines are approved only for North Korea. Fact number 8. Citizens are not allowed to buy cars and wear jeans. In North Korea, citizens are not allowed to buy cars. However, government officials and soldiers are excluded from this ban. Also, in North Korea, wearing jeans is not allowed. Fact number 9. Only one candidate in the election. In North Korea, elections are held every 5 years, but only one candidate is in the election. In the last few elections, the only candidate is Kim Jong-un, the supreme leader of North Korea. Besides, North Korea is the only country with the name of necrocracy, which means that this country still works under a dead ruler. The citizens line up to hand out their votes with only one option on the ballot. Not surprising that Kim wins with 99 to 100% positive results. Fact number 10. Haircuts are approved by the supreme leader. There are only 28 styles approved by Kim Jong-un. Men can choose among 10 hairstyles and women can decide between 18 various styles. Fact number 11. They have their own computer operating system. Red Star operating system is installed on North Korea computers, which is designed only in the Korean language. Fact number 12. Death penalty. Death given a sentence for distributing pornography, watching movies not approved by the governments, and possessing Bibles. North Korea, one of the last 6 countries to still perform public executions after Saudi Arabia, Syria, Afghanistan, Iran and Yemen. NADA is North Korea's space agency. If you translate it into Spanish, it means nothing. To date, the North Korean space program has experienced a success rate of only 20%. Fact number 14. Malaysia and Singapore are the only 2 countries in the world that are allowed via free travel to North Korea. However, the visa-free stay is allowed up to a maximum of 30 days. Fact number 15. North Korea created its own time zone. Last year, North Korea created its own time zone, named after the capital city of North Korea, which is 30 minutes behind South Korea and Japan. The country started using this time zone on August 15, 2015 to celebrate the 70th anniversary of Korea's liberation from Japan. I hope these facts about North Korea have shown you a glimpse into Korean lifestyle and culture and offered you better ideas about what you can see and expect if you travel to Korea. To really understand more about life, culture, foods, history and the geography of this unique country, you really have to travel throughout North Korea. And if you like this video,
click the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today, we're going to talk about this year being one of the strangest and most unpredictable year in the living memory. The President of United States faced an impeachment trial. A deadly disease has swept the land, devastating the economy. A Supreme Court seat opened up and is on course to be filed just days before the election. Hovering over it all is a president who refuses to promise that he will accept the outcome of the election. The traditional October surprise was going to have to be huge to get noticed amid all of this. But being 2020, this year didn't fail to deliver. President Donald Trump has tested positive for the coronavirus. Before we look into more details, if you're watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. On October 3rd, 2020, the White House announced that the President Donald Trump received an experimental antibody treatment after a test revealed that he is infected with COVID-19 virus. He reportedly has mild COVID-19 symptoms, including fever and congestion, and he was transferred to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. Later, the President's medical team confirmed he had started a course of remdesivir, an antiviral drug shown to modestly help hospitalized COVID-19 patients. President Donald Trump announced on October 2, 2020 that he and his wife both tested positive for the coronavirus, an extraordinary development coming months into global pandemic and in the final stretch of his re-election campaign, in which he has flouted experts' guidance on preventing the disease spread. The diagnosis amounts to be the most serious known health threat to a sitting American president in decades. At 74 years old and obese, Trump falls into the highest risk category for serious complications from the disease, which has killed more than 200,000 Americans and more than 1 million people worldwide. Given the president's insistence on ignoring even the most basic precautions against the virus, this development feels as if it was almost inevitable. But now that it has happened, it injects a huge degree of uncertainty not just into the race between Trump and challenger Joe Biden, but also into the stability and safety of the country in the coming weeks. The effect on the campaign depends on the course of the president's illness and who else becomes infected. Both Biden and the Vice President Mike Pence has tested negative, but that doesn't mean they are yet in the clear. Trump himself, who is reportedly experiencing only mild symptoms as of October 2nd, Friday night, has been hospitalized at the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center and is receiving experimental drug treatment. There, he might recover quickly or he might become severely ill. Dangerous symptoms typically develop after a week, and we don't yet know when Trump was infected. If the president does become seriously ill, the country will be uncharted territory. Not since Teddy Roosevelt was shot in 1912 has a candidate entered the final stretch of campaigning while suffering weakness. However ill he gets, Trump is likely to insist on remaining on the ballot. Whether he develops a severe case or not, Trump's diagnosis is unlikely to change the state of the race. Trump might emerge unscathed and attempt to hold up his own experience as evidence that the virus was never that bad after all. But coronavirus is not some abstract issue that Americans learn about only through the media. Nothing the president experiences or says will bring dead relatives back to life or give someone back a job they lost. If Trump falls seriously ill, we can expect voices to be raised on the right in favor of delaying or invalidating the election. A delay would need the approval of Congress, and it's almost impossible to imagine. Easier to imagine is that the Trump's illness could be used to further a narrative that the election has been illegitimately stolen from him. Much of the right-wing media is already promoting a conspiracy theory about mail-in ballots, and as a result, a large segment of the country is poised to reject the result if Trump loses. If the president is unable to campaign for a while, he will have another excuse to urge his supporters to question the validity of the result. The risks for the country are not just electoral. The president is an office with a grave responsibilities and awesome powers. Trump has never embraced the serious side of the job, and much of the government has been forced into autopilot, lacking presidential guidance. But that doesn't mean that Trump can't give consequential and dangerous orders if he chooses. Coronavirus patients persistently report suffering from brain fog, confusion, and difficulty focusing on routine tasks. Any president would hesitate to admit they weren't up to the job this close to an election, and Trump will never ever do so. That means all of his powers will remain in hands which may become even more unstable than usual. Knowing 2020, the real October surprise might be still to come, and we have no idea if the president will be in fit state to respond to it. Especially knowing the president's disregard for science, we probably won't know until it's too late. And if you like this
click the
video,
like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today we are going to talk about how, in the matter of 2 short years, I have gone from a man suffering the symptoms of being out of touch with his truth and identity to owning my story and living an authentic life. I'm steadily designing my life and my future, living life on my terms and learning how to make a living doing it. It is freedom, and trust me, it is joyful. It is still hard. I will never stop growing, but my life feels right for the very first time in a long time. These are ugly truths that I had learned before I was able to start living a life I love. Before we look into the facts, if you're watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. Truth number 1. Not everyone will succeed. Unfortunately, some people are born with syndromes that will forever obstruct them, whereas most have the potential to succeed and thrive, but most people won't. They won't take the risk. Some will quit early or die young. The die-hard truth is that a lot of people will go to their graves with their music still in them. Truth number 2. Nobody really cares about you. Everyone is selfish and will only be your friend if they'll get something in return. It's just the way we are all wired. Truth number 3. Problems will always show up in your life. You either accept that and look for solutions or whine and live an awful life. It's your choice. Truth number 4. People will hate and try everything to pull you down when you try to succeed. I fought with and was discouraged rigorously by my peers and family when I decided to start something new. All of my friends shouted, "You will fail." I did fail, but later I did succeed. Be ready for real opposition when you try to succeed. Truth number 5. You are an average of your 5 closest friends. People always argue about this, but it's so true. Just take a minute to check out the friends of Bill Gates. You will see that they are all on Forbes' richest list. Look up the best friends of top bloggers. They all be top bloggers. You can die at any time. I had a classmate who was playing on her bed and hit her head on the wall. She died before the emergency services arrived. People die in the worst imaginable way. Stop thinking you'll live forever. Truth number 6. You are in 1000% control of your life. If you think like a victim who believes some help or God is coming to absolve you, you are done for. Nothing is more important than love. I've found that if I just love myself and everyone else and I don't judge or take things personally, I become so much happier. It's like I turned off the switch for unhappiness. Start loving yourself and everyone else. Truth number 7. Mistakes are good. Take this as an example. I write an answer online chock full of grammatical blunders and it has gathered 13,000 views. That's life. Mistakes will always happen. I made that many mistakes because I was sleepy and didn't edit it before posting it. So start to become comfortable with them. Truth number 8. You can't gain 100% approval no matter what you do. My life's experience seems to confirm this perfectly. There is nothing you can do that will please everyone. Some will always like what you do, some will hate it, and some won't care. Take my incorrectly typed sentence for an example. There are positive comments and negative comments. That's life. Don't try to please everyone. Just do you. Truth number 9. Fear never disappears. I have wasted thousands of hours searching for a magic trick on the internet that will dissolve my fears. The hard truth I eventually found out is that fear never leaves. I just have to accept that and find a way to take action in spite of it. Make massive change in your life by figuring out how you want it to feel every day. I created this few minutes video exercise to plug you into your authentic self so you can start living the life you want today. Please leave your comments below if you think I have missed any important ugly truths of life for success. And if you like this
Click
video,
the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. The sinking of Titanic in 1912 shocked the world and attracted so much controversy that a number of conspiracy theories has been put forward regarding the disaster. One such hypothesis is that the sunken ship was actually the Titanic's near-identical sister ship Olympic, which was the subject of a large insurance claim, and that the two vessels were secretly switched prior to the voyage. Another is that the Titanic's owner, J.P. Morgan, wanted to eliminate several prominent bankers who were opposing his plan for the creation of a US central bank. But today, in this video, we will talk about the conspiracy theory of the sunken Titanic was actually its near-identical sister ship. Before we look into more details, if you are watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. One of the most controversial and elaborate theories surrounding the sinking of the Titanic was forwarded by Robin Gardiner in his book, Titanic, the Ship That Never Sank. Author draws on several events and coincidences that occurred in the months, days, and hours leading up to the sinking of the Titanic and concludes that the ship that sunk was in fact Titanic's sister ship Olympic, named as Titanic. As an insurance scam by her owners, the International Mercantile Marine Group, controlled by American financier J.P. Morgan, that had acquired the White Star Line in 1902. In this image, Olympic is on the left and Titanic is on the right. Do you see much of a difference? Olympic was slightly older sister of Titanic, built alongside the more famous vessel, but launched in October 1910. Her exterior profile was nearly identical to Titanic, save for minor details such as the number of portholes on the forward sea decks of the ships, the spacing of the window on the B decks, and the forward section of A deck promenade of Titanic, and the forward section of the A deck prominent on Titanic, that had been enclosed only a few weeks before she set sail on her ill-fated maiden voyage. Both ships were built with linoleum floors, but shortly before she was due to set sail, J. Bruce Ismay, managing director of White Star Line, inexplicably ordered the floors aboard Titanic carpeted over. This whole conspiracy began after 20th September 1911, when the Olympic was involved in a collision with the Royal Navy warship HMS Hawke in the Bambles Channel in Southampton water while under the command of harbour pilot. The two ships were close enough to each other that Olympic's motion drew the Hawke into her off starboard side, causing extensive damage to the liner both above and below her waterline. An Admiralty inquiry assigned blame to the Olympic, despite numerous eyewitness accounts to the contrary. Gardner's theory plays out in his historical context. Olympic was found to be at blame in the collision. Because of this finding, White Star's insurance, Lloyd's of London, allegedly refused to pay out on the claim. White Star's flagship would also be out of action during the extensive repairs, and the Titanic's completion date, which was already behind the schedule due to Olympic's return to the yard after her loss of propeller blade, would have to be delayed. All this would amount to a serious financial loss for the company. The author proposes that, to make sure at least one vessel would be earning, the badly damaged Olympic was patched up and then converted to become the Titanic. The real Titanic, when completed, would then quietly enter service as the Olympic. The Titanic indeed had a list to port leaving Southampton. Inadequate trimming of cargo and bunkers would likely result in such, and the crew seems to have demonstrated a lack of proficiency on several occasions. The author states that few parts of either ship bore the name, other than the easily removed lifeboats, bell, compass, binocle, and nameplates. Everything else was standard White Star issue and was interchangeable between the two ships and the other vessels in the White Star fleet, while all other White Star Line ships had their names engraved into their hulls. Instead, the Titanic alone had her name reverted over the top. The Olympic had allegedly been damaged beyond economic repair. The author suggests that the plan was to dispose of the Olympic in a way that would allow White Star to collect the full insured value of a brand new ship. He supposes that the sea cocks were to be opened at sea to slowly flood the ship. If numerous ships were stationed nearby to take off the passengers, the shortage of lifeboats would not matter, as the ship would sink slowly and the boats could make several trips to the rescuers. As per the author's points, to the length of Titanic Sea's trials as evidence, Olympics trials in 1911 took 2 days, including several high-speed ones, but Titanic's trial reportedly only lasted for 1 day, with no working over half speed. Author says this was because the patched-up hull could not take any long periods of high speed. Perhaps this was due to the fact that Titanic, as a nearly identical twin sister of the Olympic, was expected to handle exactly the same. Or perhaps the Board of Trade Inspectors were in on the scheme. He maintains that on the 14th April, First Officer Murdoch was on the bridge because he was one of the few high-ranking officers other than Captain Smith who knew of the plan and was keeping a watch out for the rescue ships. One of the author's most controversial statements is that the Titanic did not strike any iceberg. Isn't that fishy? Alright, let's check it out. But an IMM rescue ship that was drifting on the station with its lights out. The author based this hypothesis on the idea that the supposed iceberg was seen at such a short distance by the lookouts on the Titanic because it was actually a darkened ship. And he also does not believe an iceberg could inflict such a sustained and serious damage to a steel, double-hulled vessel such as Titanic. The author furthermore hypothesizes that the ship that was hit by the Titanic was the one seen by the SS Californian firing distress rockets, and that this explains the perceived inaction of the Californian, which traditionally is seen as a failing to come to the rescue of the Titanic after sighting its distress rockets. The author hypothesis is that the Californian, another IMM ship, was not expecting rockets but rendezvous. The ice on the deck of the Titanic is explained by author as ice from the rigging of the both Titanic and the mystery ship she hit. As for the true Titanic, author alleges that she spent 25 years in service as the Olympic and was scrapped in 1935. This is still a conspiracy where the real truth silently remains a mystery right beneath the Atlantic Ocean. I hope you liked this video. And
Click the like button
it,
and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Let's check out these 15 famous logos that you may not have realized actually have a hidden double meaning in it. Before we look into more details, if you are watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. Logo number 1, Fedex. The shipping company's logo is probably one of the best known in the world for hidden image logos. For those who are unaware, take a look between the letter E and the letter X, where there is a negative space forms an arrow. The arrow could suggest forward direction, speed, and precision. And if it remained hidden, there might be an element of surprise, that aha moment. The design have won over 40 awards and was ranked as one of the 8 best logos in the last 35 years. Logo number 2, Baskin-Robbins. Baskin-Robbins, owned by Dunkin' Brands, is the world's largest chain of ice cream specialty shops, best known for its 31 flavors. The company's pink and blue logo depicts a large BR that doubles as the number 31. This logo is meant to convey the fun and energy of the Baskin-Robbins brand as well as the iconic 31. The 31 stands for the company's belief that their guests should have the opportunity to explore a fun, new ice cream flavor every day of the month. The logo was introduced in 2005 as part of an entire brand refresh. Logo number 3. LG. At first glance, the dark pink logo for LG Electronics looks like a winking face, but if you look a little closer, you'll see the nose, which is the letter L, and the outline of the face is letter G. Some fans have even noted a similarity between LG's logo as a modified Pac-Man. Logo number 4. Tostitos. The logo for Tortillo chips and the chip manufacturer Tostitos, owned by PepsiCo, is a prime example of once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Initially, the logo appears to be Tostitos' name in front of the vibrant colored background. However, the two T's of this logo make up people as they dip a tortillo chip into a bowl of salsa on top of the letter I. Logo number 5. Hershey's Kisses. Famous for their chocolate and appropriately themed amusement park, the Hershey's Park. The logo on the Hershey's company's Hershey's Kisses product has a hidden logo, an extra kiss. Turn your head to the left. Don't worry, let me turn it out for you. And now you can see that between the K and the I, there is a Hershey's kiss baked into the logo. Logo number 6. Hope for African Children. Supporting African communities is a pillar of HACI's mission, and it clearly reflects in the organization's vibrant logo. The Hope for African Children initiative's golden, yellow and orange logo uniquely utilizes negative space to create two images, the continent of Africa and a child looking up at a mother. Logo number 7. Toblerone. Toblerone was started in Bern, Switzerland, a city famously associated with bears. Now, take a closer look at the logo's mountain. You could see a hidden bear. Logo number 8. Pinterest. The digital pinboard site. Pinterest tried its logo directly into the social network scope. While the hidden image might not immediately obvious, it is certainly fitting for the platform. The letter P doubles as a pin. For most of the project, they have avoided making visual reference to the image of a pin because it seemed too literal. But the letter P started to lend itself too well to the shape of a map pin. Logo number 9. Bronx Zoo. The Bronx Zoo, located in the Bronx, a town of New York City, is the largest zoo in North America and is among the largest metropolitan zoos in the world. The zoo's logo, featuring birds and two giraffes, pays homage to the zoo's home city. Between the legs of the giraffes, you'll see New York's iconic skyline. Logo number 10. Toyota. This car manufacturer's logo certainly encompasses more than meets the eye. Toyota said that the three overlapping ovals on American vehicles symbolize the unification of the hearts of its customers and the hearts of Toyota products. The background space represents Toyota's technological advancement and the boundless opportunities ahead. And possibly even more impressive, if you look even closer at the overlapping ovals, you will see the words Toyota spelled out. Let's check it out. T-O-Y-O-T-A. Isn't that impressive? Alright, let's get on to logo number 11. Hyundai, another car manufacturer's logo, which is based in South Korea. Hyundai actually holds the abstract image of two men shaking hands. The Hyundai logo may look like the first letter of the company's name, but it also symbolizes two people, the company and the customer, shaking hands, says their website. Logo number 12. Unilever. Unilever's logo was designed to include a little bit of everything. The British-Dutch company includes a spoon, an ice cream, a jar, a tea leaf, a hand, and much more in their logo design, all of which reflect the essence of their brands. According to their website, each part of the letter U has its own meaning and is a visual expression of making sustainable living commonplace. Logo number 13. Amazon. Amazon is an American multinational technology company based in Seattle, Washington, which focuses on e-commerce. Obviously, we can see that Amazon logo contains a smile, but what doesn't so obviously register with most is that The arrow goes from letter A to letter Z, meaning Amazon carries more products under the sun between A to Z. Logo number 14. Beats. Beats Electronics is a consumer audio products manufacturer headquartered in California. If you add a smile on the bottom right hand side of the circle, this logo becomes an image of a person who is wearing Beats headphones. Alright, let's get on to the last logo, number 15, Tour de France. The Tour de France is an annual men's multiple-stage bicycle race primarily held in France, which also occasionally passing through nearby countries. And hidden within Tour de France logo is the image of a person bicycling. Don't you see it? Alright, let me help you. Let's look closely at the letters OUR and the orange dot. Hope you found the person bicycling. And I hope you enjoyed this video about secret hidden messages on logos. Please don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. Let us know in the comment section if you have missed any interesting logo secrets. And if you like this video,
click the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Diego Armando Maradona, an Argentina professional football player and manager, widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all time along with controversies. In the 1986 World Cup quarter-final, he scored both goals in a 2-1 victory over England that entered football history for two different reasons. The first goal was an unpenalized handling foul known as the Hand of God, while the second goal followed a 60-meter dribble past 5 England players, voted as the goal of century by FIFA.com voters in 2002. Unfortunately, he died of heart failure on November 25, 2020 at the age of 60 as the world mourned him. Before we look into more details about this legend, if you are watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. Diego Maradona's vision, passing, ball control and dribbling skills were combined with his small stature, which gave him a low center of gravity, allowing him to maneuver better than most other football players. He would often dribble past multiple opposition players on a run. His presence and leadership on the field had a great effect on his team's general performance, while he would often be singled out by the opposition. In addition to his creative abilities, he possessed an eye for goal and was known to be the free kick specialist, an advanced playmaker who operated in the classic number 10 position. In his international career with Argentina, he earned 91 caps and scored 31 goals. Maradona played in 4 FIFA World Cups, including the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, where he captained Argentina and led him to victory over West Germany in the final, and won the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. In the 1986 World Cup quarter-final, he scored both goals in a 2-1 victory over England that entered football history for two different reasons. The first goal was an unpenalized handling foul known as the Hand of God. At the end of the first half, while the game was still tied at 0 for both the sides, Maradona was beginning to influence the end result of the match. 6 minutes into the second half of the game, Maradona took the ball out of the box with his left leg. At one point, because of the position of the players, Maradona was raised close to his head, touched the ball first, and hit the ball into England's goal. Maradona began to celebrate while glancing sideways at the referee and the linesman for confirmation. He then fully celebrated the goal when it was given. Under association football rules, Maradona should have received a yellow card for using his hand and the goal disallowed. However, as the referees did not have a clear view of the play and video assistant referee technology did not yet exist, the goal stood and Argentina led 1-0 at that point. This goal is still known for controversies. However, while the second goal on the same final is known as the goal of the century. 4 minutes after the handoff goal came the goal of the century, which is often said to be the greatest individual goal of all time. Argentina midfielder passes the ball to Maradona inside his own half. Maradona then began his 60-yard heart failure. Heart failure is a chronic condition that gradually damages the heart's ability to pump blood. At times, fluid can build up in the lungs as a result. It is an increasingly common problem that can be fatal. Riots and bloodshed broke out at Maradona's funeral in Argentina as thousands lined in the streets to see his coffin. His heartbroken fans lined streets of Argentina on the next day as his coffin was taken out from the government house to be laid to rest in the outskirts of the city, where his parents were also buried. While his influence on soccer will never be forgotten, Maradona transcended the sport. This wasn't just the death of Argentina's superstar footballer, but the passing of a man that many saw as a national icon, a star who made Argentina famous, and most of all, a very human role model who Argentinians loved, flaws and all. A man who was respected for achieving so much, yet never forgetting his roots. We love you, Maradona. I hope you liked this video, and if you like it,
click the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.